President Donald Trump of failing to defend American democracy after Robert Mueller testifies in Congress.
What we saw today was a very strong manifestation, in fact, some would even say indictment, of this administration.
Cleaning house. More than half of UK government ministers are sacked or quit within hours of Boris Johnson becoming Prime Minister. Australian-made weapons sold to a military facing accusations of war crimes in Yemen. And citizen scientists in Queensland rediscover a prehistoric moth species thought extinct for almost 40 years. Hello and welcome to ABC News. I'm Ros Childs. For the first time, former Special Counsel Robert Mueller has publicly answered questions on his Russia investigation, dismissing Donald Trump's claim that he was totally exonerated. Mr Mueller went over the contents of his lengthy report into Russian interference in the 2016 US presidential election, and in a long day of congressional testimony, he warned that Moscow still represents a great threat to American democracy. North America correspondent Zoe Daniel reports.
Mr Mueller, what's your message to the president?
He was a reluctant participant, but Robert Mueller could no longer avoid the hot seat.
The testimony you're about to give is true and correct to the best of your knowledge, information and belief, so help you God.
His responses were brief but to the point, especially in regard to the president's description of his investigation.
Well, your investigation is not a witch hunt, is it?
It is not a witch hunt.
Donald Trump wasn't convinced.
There was no defence to this ridiculous hoax, this witch hunt.
The president also says he was cleared by the special counsel's report. Robert Mueller says he wasn't exonerated.
Did you actually totally exonerate the president?
No.
That was something where he totally folded because he never had the right to exonerate.
The hearings were long awaited, especially by Democrats, who were keen to keep the report front of mind.
And I believe that the American people deserve to know what's in the Mueller report.
We're here to be part of history, and that's important to us.
He's not corrupt.
But it was the Republicans who were on the front foot in their support of the president.
What he's doing is not obstructing justice. He is pursuing justice.
The special counsel stated ahead of time that he would stick to the report's contents. He said it wasn't his role to make a judgment on whether the president attempted to obstruct justice.
We needed to go forward only after taking into account the OLC opinion that indicated that a president, a sitting president, cannot be indicted.
However, despite repeated contacts between the Trump campaign and Russia, there was insufficient evidence to prove collusion.
Americans need to know this as they listen to the Democrats and socialists on the other side of the aisle.
Some of the actions that the administration may have taken, and we'll see through our investigation, may have jeopardized our national security.
Further infuriating Republicans, the special counsel affirmed that the president could be charged after he leaves office, but his team didn't assess the merits of such a case. No matter what, the report and its aftermath for Republicans will continue to represent a witch hunt. And while Democrats have been desperate to get Bob Mueller to testify so he could articulate what was in the report, for most Americans who haven't read it, and this will spark renewed talk of impeachment, most people here seem to have simply moved on. Zoe Daniel, ABC News, Washington.
Here, Prime Minister Scott Morrison says the coalition will not be